Hey everyone. Had quite the interesting day yesterday. Broke two glow plugs off in the head of this truck. We'll have to rectify that. Ah well, another day, another wrench pulling job to do. What do we got here today? Super Pro Mac 850, both ported. Buckin sent this back to me. We're gonna do some more to it. She's close, but we don't do close here. The whole point of this saw was to port a Mac, send it to him, and get his feedback. Now that I have the feedback, we can go farther in. More on that later. I just want to run this saw today. I strapped a 32 full comp to it, and we're gonna run the same 24-inch full comp on the 850, and we might swap bars while we're out there. Okay, I'm just gonna warm up the truck and we'll head over and do some cutting. I can't wait. I want to see how this pipe works on this saw. Okay, this saw has no pipe. We modified this one and flipped it upside down. It was kind of a decision Buckin and I made along the way, and it actually helped quite a bit. So I'm probably going to make a similar pipe for this saw. This pipe will bolt onto this saw also. So what are we doing today? Well, I made that funky little pipe. You guys saw it in the last video if you saw it. If not, check it out. Did a little welding. I made that funky little pipe for this thing. We actually cut pieces of the old pipe. The old pipe didn't work. A little too long, I think. A little too long with the 90 at the end, didn't quite work. So what are we gonna do? Let's try another one. This is all just experimentation. We're working our way up to this, Buckin and I, for quite a while. He wants to run Max, so I told him I'll be your huckleberry. Just slow and steady, right? I'm trying to catch up on the knowledge that guys have, right? Like some guys have been porting these things since they were new. Well, that's not me, so. Okay, let's fire these saws up and get them running. I want to show you guys something quickly. Compression tester. I don't use one. Here, high exhaust roof. Look at all that good stuff falling out of there. Okay, that's a high exhaust roof saw. Probably 160, 165, 170, somewhere in there, right? Uh-oh, we got our wood weasel dirty. Low exhaust roof saw. Uber compression. That's got a 32-inch full house. Whew. Look at me shake, friends. This saw has massive compression. I thought I'd show you guys that. And we did move the exhaust roof up. This saw, I was going to take the decomp out. I still might, but let me tell you, friends. Now, I've had stitches in my hand the whole time I've been trying to pull this thing over, but you get this thing past top dead center and then give her a good one, or she will pull that recoil out of your hands every time. So there you go. That power head and bar probably weighs, I don't know, what's that power head, friends? 16, 17, 18 pounds full of fuel. That bar and chain probably weighs 7 or 8. So, I mean, that's 35 pounds. And again, there, we got it past top dead center. It will not move. This thing will hang on the cord all night. Anyhow, I just wanted to show you guys that. Back to the party. Okay, friends. So what we are doing today, I'm just going to move this here. Okay, what we're doing today, I ran this saw on this very log with this bar and chain. I gave the chain a little touch up Didn't drop the rakers or anything. I want to run this saw some more with this pipe on it. I think this pipe is doing what we needed to. The other one was restricting it too much. These Max like fairly open exhaust systems, it seems, but not too open. There's a really fine line. A guy really has to study these and see what they like. You can feel it when you get the pipe right. It'll suddenly just pull harder. So I'm gonna make a few cuts with this and we'll see where we're at. There's a big knot here, so is what it is, right? We don't hand select wood on this channel to show off saws. I just cut whatever I have, is what it is, right? These are work saws, and there's no hand selecting in the bush. Anyhow, let's give this thing a little run. Got our tuned screwdriver. Okay. This is a saw you have to decomp. It's brutal in the compression department. This stuff's pretty hard. It's surprising. I get asked this all the time about bars. What do I run? The bar numbers, the modifications. I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm going to put a still bar on a McCulloch. Okay, two little tubes that I just happen to have in my shop. They fit over the bar mount. I filed them down so they fit. Okay. Here's our 32-inch bar. Now this is a still bar. I actually drilled 2 new holes. My Husqvarna 181. I wasn't getting enough adjustment here. It just, I couldn't get it back far enough, so I drilled 2 new holes. No big deal. Okay. Now these oil through here on a McCulloch, okay? So what I did is, I don't know if you guys can see, there's a little light coming through there. I took a cutoff wheel and I ground down till I got a little, I don't know if you guys can see that in there. There's a little slot in there, okay? So the oil comes through here and it pushes up into the rail and oils the bar. Okay, that's how McCulloch's oil. I think some old home lights oil like that too, okay? So you put that on there, like that, okay? Put my outer bar plate in here, okay? And you can actually see this lines up with, there's a little hole there for the oil. This lines up with that. And then voila, you get a bar that oils. See the little gap down there? See, you can see the yellow paint. That's where the oil comes out. It fills this and ends up filling the little gap or the little groove that I ground into there and oils the bar. Okay, so I tend to run still mounts on everything now. Even though I don't just run stills, you guys know I run everything. I tend to run still mounts on everything because they will fit on a steel and they will also fit on anything else that I run. Okay, put your outer bar plate on, your chain, and away you go. I can't wait to try this thing again. There you guys go. I had to modify the adjuster a little bit, or just take the one off that saw. These Macs, you can flip the adjuster. See, this one's close to the bar. You can flip it around. You can always make bars work. There you go. 32-inch still pattern. I think that's D025. Oregon bar on a old school Mac. The two mounts couldn't be more different, but it works. I noticed there's a little bit of a clearance issue on this cover. This is a 1010 cover. This is the 850 cover. The 850 cover is recessed here. Just making notes for myself. Okay, let's fire this thing back up and scrutinize the living snot out of it and then decide what we're doing. Okay, this thing's been sitting for 45 minutes maybe. How does it restart? Let's try it with no choke. This is the stuff I usually do off camera, but let's do it together. A lot of you guys are porting, and I get a lot of emails. tinmansaws@gmail.com. Keep those emails coming. I try and answer as many of them as I can get to. A lot of you guys say, how do you know when a saw's right? Well, that's a subjective thing. Does it restart? Does it pull good RPM? Will it oil a long bar? Does it have pull? Okay. Okay, let's try it with some choke. Checking for oil. The chain is covered in oil. That means it's oiling well. Okay. I'm going to stand up and buck, and then I'm going to dog this thing in and see what kind of power it has. Shade's perfect now. I gave her a little tip. How does it idle? Well, it's kind of stumbling a little. Maybe we need to tune it. Okay friends, well, I'm done my testing. These Macs tend to act a little weird when you port them. When you tilt the front end down, it's almost like they puddle fuel. This one doesn't stall, but it slows down enough that you think you're gonna stall it. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. It's got crack, it's got pull. It's pulling the living crap out of this 32, I think. We'll let Buckin be the judge of that. It ain't about what I think, friends. It's about what the end user thinks. I'm super happy. It's a good running saw. It starts, it oils like crazy. What more could a fella want? And it's vintage. We like vintage over here, don't we? Okay, friends, I'm gonna load up and go home and review all this good footage. That's actually how I started YouTubing. I wanted to see how my saws run, so I started recording it, and I ended up putting it on YouTube, and here's the result. Anyhow, friends, thanks for watching. Take her easy. We're going to be jumping back into the 268 giveaway saw and some other fun projects. So you guys have been asking, the 268 giveaway saw, we're going to jump back into that. And Super Pro 70, I want to do some intake work to that and ponder this. Then we have some special projects coming up. I bought a bunch of power saws from a friend of the channel out west, and I'm waiting for them to come. So we're gonna have a lot of fun this winter, friends. As always, thanks for watching. Take her easy, and I'll see you guys in a couple days. Later.